Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Discovering Laguna Woods. I'm Cindy Whitney, and today we're going to be talking about people helping others. You know, we have thousands of helpers in our community that do everything from random acts of kindness and service and assistance to others. And some people organize large sweeping initiatives that can actually change somebody's life. Lots of people doing everyday things every day. And today we're going to talk to two of them. We want you to stay right there because we're going to be back in a moment in the home of Sue Snyder. Stay right there. Hello, everyone. Well, here we are now. We're going to be talking with Sue Snyder. We are in Sue's home, and I want to say hi to you, Sue, and ask you if you and your husband, Richard, are doing well today. It's a beautiful day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, you know, the theme of our show this month, the Discovering Laguna Woods show, is helpers. Mm-hmm. And first, I want to acknowledge all of the work that you do all year long, helping people in our community and outside of our community. But I specifically want to call attention to something that you did recently, and that is that you coordinated an effort that provided food for 500 homeless moms on Mother's Day. Quite an extraordinary thing. And I was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit on what that project was and how it got up and running, and what did you do?
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, we have a lot of homeless people in Orange County and in our area, and my heart goes out to them. They've been through a lot. And I can't imagine, especially being a female homeless, just really tough. So I was notified by actually Sue Deering and the Democratic Club that we needed someone to head up this project and someone to go collect food from people. We agreed that in about 8 days, we would collect 500 kits, breakfast, lunch, and care kits for homeless people. And Tuesday, we were at 495, and one of my friends called and she said, "Hey, I just put together 5 kits." So, wow, we're at 500. And the neighbors helped, friends helped, a lot of people in the demo club, different organizations, everybody. I mean, I was in tears so many times. And just so grateful to all the helpers that live around us.
Well, that's wonderful. And I think you mentioned that it was going to be also coordinated by South County Outreach that does, that not only, every day they do that, they help those who are food insecure and those who are homeless and at risk for being homeless. So there's so much work, and I imagine they're doing so much more now in this time when people are more in need.
I was there about 5 times last week unloading the van. And the volunteers at South County are mostly older folks like us, like me, and stay home. So the staff there is kind of stressed. We almost overwhelmed them with 435 kits, bags of food, but they are getting them to the homeless. And we've connected with a group that is getting them out to veterans. We've been asked to do this again the week before Father's Day. So we will be sending out another email blast.
Good. You know, one of the things that I was talking to you about this initiative was that, you know, those of us, I mean, we understand need close to us in our community, you know, very close to us. It's all around us. And we say, gee, I'd like to help. I'm just overwhelmed. But you put together a project that I looked at that and I said, well, I can do that. I can go to the store. I can buy multiples of something. I can put them in bags, because that's basically what you asked us to do. There was a care kit where we could put in, you know, like Band-Aids and lotion and shampoo and combs and things, and then a breakfast kit and a lunch kit. And I thought, well, I can do that. This was manageable. I could do it. And then the more I did it, the more I could produce. And so it was easy. So if we could have like these bite-sized things where we can help somebody, but it doesn't overwhelm us, I think more people will be inclined to do that. Is that fair to say?
Oh, I think so. And so many of us during this time, especially, are saying, how can I help? What can I do?
Yes.
When they got the message from us, they went out and bought things to put kits together. And actually, there were several people who called me and said, sorry, I can't help. I said, here's the address for South County Outreach. Send them a check.
You've got a pen.
Yeah.
And the need is ongoing. We understand that this is kind of a drop in the bucket, but if we continue with this and do the best we can be of some help. And I know you and I were talking too about kindness and helping others. To me, I define it as doing something for somebody without the expectation of anything in return. But it helps our happiness factor, and it helps our physical well-being as well. So everybody benefits when we do kind things and helpful things to other people.
Right. There was a movie years ago called Pass It On.
Yes.
And that's what we do. We don't expect something in return when we do someone a favor or help someone. We just pass it on to somebody else.
Yes.
And it makes the whole world better.
Yeah, it does. It does. There's something about that feeling of just doing a kind thing. Nobody saw it. Nobody knew it. You just did it. And it's like, well, that's good. The world just sort of straightened up a little bit because of that. And it's a good thing. And we've always got time to do that. I know you were telling me that your daily routine, you you told me that if you see a snail in the road, or the sidewalk, now I'm not sure I'm going to go picking up snails, but I do admire that you do that and put them out of the way so no one will step on.
I like those little snails. And
you're a very good person.
Dad, when I see one that somebody stepped on,
Oh, I know.
I do. I think I told you, every now and then somebody doesn't know their dog left a little mess.
Oh, that, yes.
Around it, or some sticks so people won't step in
it. You are a very kind lady. Now, some of the other things you told me that you kind of fell into helping out with the Meals on Wheels. What happened there?
Well, I have a friend that helped them for years.
Yes.
And she can't do that now, but she substitutes. So I went with her one Monday morning, and they said to her, oh, no, we don't need you today. And my friend Betsy was there with a brand new route, and she said, hey, come with me. So every Monday, I drive this route in Lake Forest. It's kind of confusing a thing. We've got it down to about 45 minutes. The first day we did it took us 3 hours. But it's a good feeling. We see the same people, the same 10 people every Monday morning. They are so grateful to have someone come up and hand them 3 meals. And it's just wonderful.
Well, no, I have to admit, I have not ever done that. So the experience is that you're given an assigned route and an assigned group of people that you will consistently see. So it's not that you're going to a different person all the time. So they get to know you too. Do you have an opportunity to spend a little time there too?
I usually try to make some kind of a connection, because a lot of these people are alone.
Yes.
And they're shut in. And we've gotten to know a couple of their caregivers.
Yes.
So we just spend a few minutes talking to them and, letting them know we care.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite amazing. And again, that's doable. You can say, I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of us want to help. We just don't know where to go to help. But read the Globe. Yes.
Yes. Well, also it helps too to have what you're doing right now, which is a kind of a testimonial, and saying, here's what the experience is like. here's what you can do, here's the benefit, and you do get something out of it. You don't do it for that reason, but you do get something out of it because it's a good thing, and you'll feel better. So
remember the quote from the Dalai Lama: "The purpose of life is happiness. The way to happiness is through service."
Yes, yes, it is, and we can do that in so many different ways.
Yes.
Before we run out of time, I want to talk about the fact that you are a published author,
Yes.
and you and your husband, I don't know, did you write the books together, or did you just have the experiences together?
He wrote a book, growing up with MS.
Yes.
3 or 4 years ago. And then I wrote a book called Miracle People. And I had 14 people who are what we call differently abled.
Yes.
Write their stories, and I helped edit them and everything and put them in a book. And it sold about 300 copies. Now there are 14 people in the book, so they each bought 10 or 20 copies. And in this book, Travels of the King and I, walking and rolling around the world. He's in an electric cart.
Yes.
And we travel, we meet angels everywhere. People run over to help us. It's just been amazing.
Now, where have you traveled?
We've been in several places in Europe. Spent some time in France. Spent a month in Italy 2 years ago, in Florence, Italy. We've been to Scotland, England, and Wales twice. We've been to Ireland. We've been to Holland. And we've been on like 6 cruises. And when we were dating 27 years ago, we went up to Monterey and we rented a kayak, and we got Richard in an outfit, and 2 big guys got him down to the beach. And he looked at that kayak and he said, I don't think I can do this. I thought, this is a make it or break it moment. I said, shut up and get in the kayak. So now when he said, honey, I'm not sure I can do that. I go, come on, we're going to do it. And he's so brave. A crazy one and a brave one. So
yes, I think you're part of his bravery. You kind of nudge him into it, but I'm sure that it all helps him in the long run to take rise to these challenges, take these risks, and you're going to have a good experience. Now, I think that would be the Walking and Rolling book would be a very important book for anybody to read, whether they know somebody who is differently abled or not. I mean, if you are encountering someone who is differently able, how might you help them, or how so there's a point of view that you could be sharing with other people, and I think they would love to have a book like that to read.
Yeah.
So so if you were to talk to people in the village right now through this vehicle of this show, what would you say to people who are right now? We're living in a challenging time. Obviously, we're staying in a lot, and we're not experiencing people the way we did 6 months ago, for sure. What would you say? What advice would you have to someone in the village? People
who want to help. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes. There's opportunities everywhere. South County Outreach always needs help and food and checks. And, you can just even help your neighbors, go shopping for them, do their laundry, sweep their porch. There's just so many ways to help. It doesn't have to be big. Pick up snails.
No. I draw the line.
I love those little critters.
Well, you had me there for a minute, Sue, but I had to. No, I'm teasing you. This is wonderful. You're inspiring to so many people by the work that you do, and it gives you such a fun attitude and a joyful life, and So I thank you for being a helper. I thank you for helping the people around you, and you say that we're going to be back on track for Father's Day in June, right?
Right.
Well, we'll look forward to the announcement, and I think we're going to put up the South County Outreach contact information on the screen for this show too. So I think that would be helpful to people.
Great idea.
All right. Well, I'm going to see you real soon, and I look forward to getting together with you. And please give our best regards to Richard. Okay.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye bye. Hi, everyone, and we are now in the home of Mark Greenman and Renee Rock. How are you today, guys?
Great.
Doing fabulously, thank you.
Very happy to be here.
Well, good. I'm having you on because our show is about people who are being helpful in the village. And first of all, I want to tell you that I heard about you, Mark in particular. I heard about you before I ever met you because people were saying, there's this musician down by the creek and he set it all up and he's got his amplifier and people are gathering safely and they're going down and listening to him. And I live near the creek, so I just moseyed on down one day and I had the best experience. Tell me why you do this.
Well, I think it's because I have the ability to do it. I'm an open micer. I always get a kick out of taking 3 or 4 songs and practicing them all week and going to a bar and hoping there's 10 or 12 people there. And I get a kick out of that. And I was thinking to myself, if we're closed down and people need something to do, I know I have the ability to do this. I have a huge catalog of songs, of over like 300 songs. So I was confident that I could pull this off a bit.
Well, did you have any idea that this was going to be as therapeutic as it has been?
Well, hold on. Well, just I do want to talk about this is that the state says that we can do essential things, right?
Yes.
And I think that people would agree that your mental health is essential, and I think this is very beneficial to somebody's mental health. And so I think it's certainly within the guidelines and should be encouraged.
Oh, I don't think anybody's questioning that. I think it absolutely is. And I just was wondering if you had done this before for other people as a therapeutic thing, because it really is quite helpful. For one thing, it's good because we have a very unstructured time now, and you're there every day at 2. So people can put that into a schedule. It's important for people to have a schedule and something to do every day and look forward to. So it's very important.
And, I was a volunteer at a hospice, so I would do this once a month for a half an hour. And then also I'm part of Sunshine's performance group, and we perform over at the Adult Center on El Toro on Friday afternoons. So I do that every once in a while.
Okay, well that explains it, because there was just something about the quality of your performance that says, I'm here to help people. I'm here to help people get through something and enjoy themselves and have a little bit of community at the same time, because people sit and have picnics and everything, but they're all maintaining their safe distance from one another, and so it really feels safe to go down there. A couple of times you've performed a song and you've started it off by saying, I just learned this last night. Tell me about that. Are you always trying to learn new songs, or how do you do that?
Well, Renee is my biggest critic, so
that's good.
I'd bounce it off her and see if it works. Mm-hmm. So it works most of the time, doesn't it?
Definitely. But getting back to what you were saying, at the very beginning of our journey, we didn't know if we were going to get negative feedback, positive feedback. Security people were there the first few days, but Mark had so much determination to do this. I give him so much credit. We just wanted to make people happy, and we have gotten so much positive feedback from this since the very beginning, and we didn't know we were going to, because the first few weeks of this crazy virus, people were very scared and people were criticizing us, and I was ready to stop it, and he just pushed forward. and said, let's just keep going and going. And I cannot tell you the positive feedback we are getting from people just walking up and down the creek and saying, oh, we really enjoy your performance. Thank you for getting us out of the house an hour a day. And it has just, as much as they're enjoying it, we're enjoying it even more. And he
Yes.
has grown from it. And I just wanted to share that with you.
Well, no, I appreciate that, Renee. You know, the other thing is too that I noticed that sometimes there are grandchildren there, and sometimes there are dogs there, and just this wonderful opportunity for, you know, people that generally enjoy the creek anyway, but now this is just this
Right.
wonderful added feature to walk through there and hear this beautiful music. So now I know that you want to get back to other things in your life. What's the thing that you're looking forward to most in getting back to it?
Well, the answer to that is pickleball. But what I want to talk about, I want to answer your first question about learning stuff on the fly and learning stuff last night and this morning. You know, in the old days, if you wanted to learn a song, you had to sit down and figure it out, and it was hard. It was difficult to do. It'd take several days. Now, you go to Google, you type, "Someone Saved My Life Tonight" chords, and then 3 or 4 different versions will come up. You copy that, paste it to your word processor, print it out, and there you have it. You have all the words and all the chords. So I have a talent to be able to do that, and it's not that difficult once you get the hang of it.
Well, you have to know what you're doing on your instrument once
no
you get that
question.
information. And you know, I noticed that the two of you kind of tag team when you're up there performing too, Mark, that Renee is right there with you and bringing out these sheets of music for you, and you know, staying right there so that there's a nice flow to your performance. So there's a real partnership in your performance too, and it's very appreciated.
Yeah, no question about that.
It was a growing experience, starting off from day one to now. We've both really grown. He's gotten so much better in his voice, and we have it down to a science now.
Yeah,
so it's nice.
About halfway through, I was realizing we were carrying everything down to the park, and I was saying, Renee has this big grocery cart that would be perfect. And so we started using that in the last 20 shows, and we just pile everything in there. We now wheel everything down to the park. So it's much easier.
See, there you go. You've got yourself a system.
Right, and it's grown so much. I mean, more people are coming, respecting social distancing and 6 feet. Mark was really smart enough to pick a big enough area to do this at, because it wasn't easy to find. I was thinking maybe Clubhouse 2, outside on the patio, facing the lawn where they do Woodstock, but this is much bigger, much, much bigger. You have a broader area to sing to, and his amp is phenomenal. It carries a long distance, and it's really grown, and we're getting so much positive feedback from it.
I know, and sometimes when I have sat there, I've noticed that the people who live above the creek are out on their patio, so they don't even have to go anywhere. They can just come out into their backyard and enjoy the music as well. So it's really kind of an event that you can, as I say, it's something that you can depend on every single day. Now, do you go 7 days a week, or have you been there 7 days a week?
We've done 42 shows as of yesterday, over 48 days, and there was that 6-day period between, I think it was a Sunday and a Friday that we in a row. There was terrible weather, and we didn't play anything there. And so we didn't know what was going to happen after that, because that was relatively early on. We'd only played, I don't know, 6 or 7 shows, and then the weather turned on us, and then there was nothing for almost a week. And then when we came back out there, surprisingly, the regulars who had been there originally were back, so that was good.
Yeah, I noticed you've got quite a fan base. And you pander to the audience too, I noticed, Mark. As people start walking up, you know their names, and they all say hi, and then there's a whole community of people that now know each other. It's just a lovely and beautiful thing.
Right.
That I guess it was just the spontaneity of it, just sort of coming out of nowhere and having choosing to do such a wonderful thing and affecting so many people by it. One last question I want to ask you to elaborate on a little bit before I ask you to play is, what kind of music do you prefer? I mean, because you seem to play lots of different types of music, a lot of different genres.
I would say early 70s would be my favorite era. I took all of my songs. I had an afternoon to kill, and I went through and I dated every one of them. And my most populous date was 1970. So so that right around there, 70, 71 is probably my wheelhouse.
Oh my gosh, yeah, great songs. and great memories, because, you know, a lot of us living in Laguna Woods can certainly remember songs of the 70s, and probably very meaningful to many of us. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna close out our conversation, because we're talking a lot about your beautiful music. We want to hear some of it. So would you honor us by playing a song for us?
I would love to.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna go out onto your patio, and you're gonna perform for us, right?
We're gonna go outside on the front sidewalk.
Okay, oh, even better. Maybe you'll attract another crowd. Well, all right, we'll see you on the outside.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is a song by Creedence Clearwater Revival, a good happy one called "Looking Out My Back Door." Just got home from Illinois, locked the front door, oh boy. Got to sit down, take a rest on the porch. Imagination sets in, pretty soon I'm singing. Do, 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 looking out my back door. There's a giant do a cartwheel, statue wearing high heels. Look at all the happy creatures dancing on the lawn. Dinosaur patroller, listening to Bucko Winds. Do, 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 looking out my back door. Tambourines and elephants are playing in the band. Take a ride on the Zionist moon. Do, 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 wondrous apparition, provided by magicians. Do, 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 looking out my back door. Tambourines and elephants are playing in the band. Take a ride on the finest moon. Do-do-do, follow me tomorrow. Today I find no sorrow. Do-do-do, looking out my back door. Oh, in trouble, Illinois, lock the front door, oh boy. Look at all the happy creatures dancing on the lawn. Tomorrow, today I find no sorrow. Do, 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 looking out my back door. Do, 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 looking out my back door.
Thanks for joining us today as we spent some time with Sue Snyder, Mark Greenman, and Renee Brock as they took time out from their busy schedules of helping others to inspire us so that we could be helping people anytime and anywhere, just like they do. We hope that you watch us on Village Television on Wednesday mornings and Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. and anytime on YouTube. We hope that you continue to take good care of yourselves and the others around you. And because we're all in this together, take good care, and we'll see you soon.